just behind me here is the main pyramid at Hawara, which is about 80 or 90 kilometers south of Cairo. This is one of the most important sites, I believe, in all of Egypt, because we have the great labyrinth just the other side of the pyramid, which had multiple levels and channels and tombs and everything else associated with it. It's believed to be 12th dynasty, but we've just been inside the entrance, and it could be much older because there's megalithic construction here with hardly any inscriptions apart from probably the later inscriptions. However, there are statues with Hathor and certain kings and pharaohs marked here. But now we're here really not just to see the pyramid, which is mud brick, but it has a megalithic foundation and megalithic tombs which are now flooded. But the great labyrinth, which went multiple levels, had megalithic construction made of granite, sandstone and other rocks, suggests this could have a very deep antiquity. And it does suggest that there's something magical, something extremely ancient about this particular site.
Right, we're on the east side of the pyramid here, and this is probably the remnants of the mortuary temple that would have been at the end of the causeway that would have run from the east up to the base of the pyramid. So the orientation is standard as it is at Giza and many of the other pyramid sites, that you have the mortuary temple on the eastern side of the pyramid itself. But as to where the orientation is, we'll have to get a better understanding of that as we walk around. Over here to my left is what he's saying is the remnants of the labyrinth. Now this is mentioned by Herodotus in the 5th century BC as being this enormous complex on multiple levels going underground, with these temples full of crocodiles and various different types of room and temples and things, and constructed by a pharaoh who we can equate with Amenemhet III. And it was said to have been constructed by him but finished by his daughter Sobek-Nofru. And she's the female king that we're very interested in here, that she herself, you know, not only completed the labyrinth, but went on to rule the country. But something terrible happened within just a few years of her reign, as the whole of the Middle Kingdom collapsed. And the last of the dynasties, the 12th dynasty, also collapsed at this time. And she's a very, very interesting character. Right, okay, right, we're actually now within the labyrinth of Amenemhet III, a very famous site. Some people believe that it was even the role model of the Cretan labyrinth, and that the design patterns of the different hallways and galleries replicated what we now know as the Cretan labyrinth design. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. Okay. This here is a large piece of, hold on, is this is well, I would like to say this is granite, but it isn't. This is an extremely hard form of sandstone, but it has a cartouche here, and this is the cartouche of Amenemhet III. Right, he was the guy involved with the construction of the pyramid itself, and it's a very complete example. I mean, the last time I saw this, believe it or not, was in 1981, which was the last time I was actually at the labyrinth, and I remember specifically this this stone and this cartouche back then. So, but this is an actual stone from the labyrinth. So this was somewhere within these halls and galleries and corridors that went deep underground. Well, here on the opposite side of this canal is a temple which very clearly has just been revealed. It's made of huge blocks, and very likely it formed part of the labyrinth, because the canal itself probably wasn't here in the past. It could have been, but I know that they've been finding a lot of very interesting things as they've been dredging this canal recently. We saw evidence of that as we were coming through the Hawara village. Huge great cranes scooping out the mud from the base and putting them on the side of the banks. Well, they were doing this here, and I know for a fact that they've uncovered various different pieces of evidence of dynastic activity which they think are probably related to the labyrinth, including this incredible temple over there. I know no more about it, I don't know who it's dedicated towards, but I suggest it was part of the greater complex involving the labyrinth and the pyramid of Hawara. Here we have at Hawara, in the entrance area of the internal structure, a stone block here, probably made of very hard sandstone, that's got keystone cuts on two sides, and that shows that this style of bracing together stones is present here in Egypt. We've seen it before at places like Abydos, and also I think probably at Giza, but obviously it's found all over the world. I mean, I remember seeing it in Cambodia, at Angkor Thom. We've seen it in Peru, seen it in Bolivia, and I'm sure it's a style that we can find in many places of the world, but it shows possibly some kind of connection in the past. Here we go. You want to go first, or that?
Yeah, send in the canary. Oh, that, I see. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're going deep down within the Hawara pyramid.
So the entrance into this pyramid is actually from the south side. Okay. Yeah, because obviously that was the east, this is the south, the west and the north. So we're actually heading towards the north. Right. So can we go further, more?
Yes. Water.
Yeah, but can we?
Good.
Oh, you can, but I think he's saying that there's water here.
Amenemhet.
Yeah. We're only able to go a short distance because there's water at the base, and clearly we don't want to do any swimming today. But it's quite a privilege. I remember when I was here before, you were not allowed inside, so this is something that has only been permitted in more recent times. The last time I was here, I must say, I was allowed to walk to the summit, which was quite something, but something tells me that that may not be permissible today. And I'm presuming that this large hole will reveal something of significance at this place. Although all I can see here are some very large blocks.
Water pyramid.
Water pyramid?
Yes, water pyramid.
Oh, water from the pyramid, basically he's saying. But I mean, obviously a very large trench has been put in here, which I'm suggesting is probably about 10 metres by 10 metres, and they've uncovered blocks here which presumably are part of the superstructure of the pyramid itself. I'm suspecting that they may also have been looking for a northern entrance, and we can see just beyond this pit that there is blocks that have been revealed, and is there something actually on those blocks? Can we see anything? Yeah. Or like a little opening, an entrance. You see this? The opening to go into the pyramid. So what this gentleman is saying is that you have evidence here of a northern opening that goes into the pyramid, yes? Into the inside. With like blocks?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You go into the pyramid?
Yes.
Okay, so he's saying that there's also a northern entrance. So it seems as if there was an entrance from the south and also from the north, yeah?
Yes.
So two entrances.
Yes.
Two entrances.
One side.
Yeah.
Two side.
Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, normally there's only one. Now, whether this was to fool tomb robbers or whether it had some kind of special symbolic purpose, we won't know. So the actual pyramid was built of mud bricks this size. I mean, you know, if you think of the huge megalithic blocks at places like the Valley Temple or the Assyrian at Abydos, and then look at this, and to think that the entire pyramid was constructed of mud brick blocks like this, other than the infrastructure of, or the interior structure of it, which would have been made of really strong sandstone blocks, and I suspect also obviously granite from Aswan. This is the main constituent, but of course this pyramid had facing blocks on it in the past, but these were all stripped away at some time, probably during the medieval period, for use in buildings elsewhere. So that's why you only see the mud brick that you've got here today.